Oh, hi everyone. Reading a cookbook in my man cave. But when I was reading my cookbook, I was thinking about the election. Well, this is the way I look at it. When they were making phone calls, trying to analyze the polls and see who was voting for who, a lot of people lied to the people who were conducting the poll. They basically said, "Oh yeah, we're going to go out and vote for Hillary Clinton," because a lot of people were embarrassed to say they were voting for Donald Trump because they didn't want it to be perceived as being bigots. A lot of people, they just wasn't feeling Hillary Clinton. Now, I believe Hillary Clinton should have took Bernie Sanders as her running mate, or even Elizabeth Warren, because I think she would have won the race with Bernie Sanders. The millennials would have followed right behind him, and she would have won the presidency in a landslide. Why did she pick Tim Kaine? I don't understand. But that was her decision, and she lost the race. I think for making that decision personally. Now, Donald Trump is the president. And I know it's been a bad, negative campaign. And we heard some awful racial things said in the campaign because Donald Trump was throwing red meat to his base. But, personally, I see something different with Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump has the opportunity to have the biggest infrastructure bill passed to build this country. Because our grid is destroyed. You know what I mean? Our trains and transportation is so antique next to China or European countries. So Donald Trump has the opportunity to, rebuild the infrastructure in the United States, which would touch every community. Every nationality would be touched by these jobs. And then, the black man would have pride that he went to work, worked hard, and was able to bring home a paycheck to support his family. And, look his loved one in the eyes and say, I'm here to support you. Now, there are people that are looking at the race totally different, thinking that the Donald Trump being elected is going to hurt people of color. But people of color are survivors. We survived slavery. We survived all kind of hurtful things, and we were able to buy our homes and own land. We had a black Wall Street. It was burned down, but we had it. And I think that's what we need to get back to. We need to get back to having our own businesses, own our own homes. We don't need government handouts. I believe that, black people, we are hard workers. We are smart. We don't need somebody to give us money for Section 8s and stuff like that. We need good jobs. And we'll be able to buy our own homes and, start our own businesses. But I think Donald Trump, he has the opportunity, to bring the country back together. And, we don't need to be divided. We don't need to look at the other side because they decided to go and vote for Donald Trump. And 60% of women, when they voted for Donald Trump, voted against their own interests. Donald Trump's vice president, Mike Pence, he doesn't believe in abortion, birth control pills, any of that. He's going to get rid of all that. It's going to be against the law for a woman to get an abortion. So as a woman tips around and maybe cheats and gets pregnant by somebody else, guess what? She's going to be stuck with that baby. Because, when you voted for Donald Trump, they did stand up there and say that they are against abortion. They said it. So now you have to deal with the consequences that are going to come down from this election. For the conservative gays that were conservative and they went out and voted for Donald Trump and Mike Pence, well, guess what? They're going to want to overturn, the marriage equality and all the gains that you made. They're going to want to overturn that. They're going to want to overturn civil rights legislation, that was put in to ensure that there's no discrimination on the workplace and that everybody's treated fairly. There was a lot at stake here. And, through the campaign, when Donald Trump was campaigning, he never told anybody about what his platform. We just heard a lot of yelling and name calling, but yet people went out there and voted for Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump has the opportunity to bring this country together, to talk to us and say, you know what, we're all the same. We're all the same. We're here to make this country great. We're here to protect this country. You can't separate, the nationalities in this country because the armed forces are diversified. You can't diversify your armed forces and expect to send the troops out there to fight for the country when you don't have your own country together. So when I look at Donald Trump, I think I see something a little different now that the election is over. And I know people are saying, oh, why are you saying that, Calvin? Well, I'm saying to you people, we have the opportunity to say to Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, we have economic power too, because black people, Spanish people, women, we spend $1 billion into this economy. And if you want to, affect your change and stop Donald Trump or his administration from doing something that you don't like, then you know what? We boycott. We just say, you know what? If you don't want to work with us, we're not going to work with you. But I believe Donald Trump is going to do some things that, we didn't expect. And I believe that the people, the real racist people that feel that Donald Trump is going to be doing their agenda, I think they're going to be a little, taken back because I don't think Donald Trump is too racist. I mean, he keeps Omarosa close by. I think Donald Trump is just an outspoken person, and sometimes maybe people take him the wrong way. But I'm just saying to you, Facebook friends, family, we have to, band together. Let's see what President Trump is going to propose. And if he's able to rebuild the United States and everybody's going to be making money and people are going to be buying homes and, living good in this country, let's let it happen. Let's make it happen. You know what I mean? We are the people. We control the government. Just like Donald Trump, got his movement together, we can get our own movement together, because we have economic power. Economic power, defines the presidency, so I believe Donald Trump is going to want to work with us, okay, because we have economic power. So we can use that economic power to make sure that we get what we want. We can use the economic power to make sure that women are treated fairly in the workplace. We can use that economic power to make sure that everybody is treated fair in the workplace and not discriminated against. We can use that economic power, yes, to empower Americans, okay, to empower Americans, with good paying, high paying jobs. A lot of unions came out for Donald Trump, but unions, you got to remember, Republicans are the ones that cut unions. Okay, so now that you have a Republican Senate and a Republican House, they can pass legislation where it can be illegal to unionize. So, again, that's another group that voted against their own interests. So stakes are high, and people should start thinking about, what's going to go on, in the Donald Trump administration. But it's on Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, to show the American people that, he can, heal us and not have division in the country. This is my opinion, and you guys should get this cookbook. It's an excellent cookbook. I love cooking sometimes, and I like reading about little meals and stuff that I can put together, and prepare. And then I like to see people taste my meal when I make it, to see how great it tastes, because it gives me a big kick, to see that someone is or enjoying something that I cook, because I love cooking. Well, let me stop running my mouth. Thank you for listening to me. It's just my opinion, what I feel about the election. But Facebook family and friends, don't worry, okay? God got this, okay? Hold your heads up high. Get up, go to work, do what you've been doing, okay? And, let's just calm everything down. And let's see what President Trump is going to do for the country. So let's try to heal, okay? I love you guys. Have a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye. And action.